name is Susan Hildreth, and I'm the State Librarian of California. The State Librarian is a great honor, an honorable post. I'm appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Senate. And I supervise really the activities here at the California State Library, and there are many of those. And we also work with all types of libraries, but particularly public libraries, by distributing the federal funds for libraries in California. I have worked in public libraries in California for almost 30 years, and I've worked in a number of them, including the Sacramento Public Library. And while I was working at the Sacramento Public Library in the mid-90s, I got to know the, at that time, new state librarian, Dr. Kevin Starr. And Sac Public did some projects with the state library. We had great successes, and Dr. Starr seemed to be a great person to work with, and there was an opportunity here to come and work at the state library as a library programs consultant. My little stint as a library programs consultant really helped me understand the state library. And when I left the state library, I said, well, this was fun being here, but I'm not going to come back unless I'm the boss. Little did I think that might occur. I moved from the state library as a library consultant to the San Francisco Public Library, where I was deputy and later city librarian. That was a wonderful, challenging situation there. It was a great opportunity, but also just a frenetic, very engaged city in which to work. And I had made a decision after being there about 6 years that I was interested in thinking about a new challenge. Dr. Starr announced his retirement, and I of course submitted my name to be considered as the state librarian, but for whatever reason, not a lot of action was taken on making any appointment to that position at all. So again, my goal was to try to find a new opportunity outside of San Francisco. So I was involved in some other recruitments, and I accepted a position as the director at the Tucson Public Library. I left San Francisco Public Library, and I was getting ready to go to Tucson, and about 4 or 5 days before I was going to move to Tucson, lock, stock, and barrel, I got a call from the First Lady, Maria Shriver. And somebody had told her that I was getting ready to move out of state, and she was very interested in my candidacy. So after our phone conversation, I'll never forget it, she called me at home, and it was an unmediated call. I just picked up the phone, and the person on the end said, "Oh, hi, it's Maria Shriver," you know, and sometimes you say, "Oh, is that a joke?" But it was the real thing. So she facilitated a meeting with the governor, and the day before I was moving to Tucson, I was appointed the state librarian. And I was happy to serve. I've served almost 5 years in this position. For me, I think one of the most satisfying things is when I visit libraries around the state, and they may have special programs or a building opening, but going around the state and visiting all our libraries has really been a great satisfaction, thrilling moment for me. And often when I visit libraries, what I do is, here at the California State Library, we maintain a huge dossier of history on all our libraries. And some of the material they have locally, some they don't. So I usually try to do a little history research on each of our libraries, and when I come to visit and speak, I get some really interesting anecdotes about the history of their library. And it means a lot to the community. It means that I'm interested in what they're doing and take the time to find out about their library. So that's really been a really enriching experience for me. But I think the main trend that I would like to comment on is really the emergence from the internet world to the Web 2.0 world, and the ability and the interest in our customers in engaging in everything we do. So the opportunities to have wikis and blogs, and opportunities for people to comment among themselves on what they're reading, and to really open up the world of the library to our patrons, our customers, has really been exciting and engaging for me. I think it means a lot when a person can really share his or her thoughts on materials, but also when we're getting to the point where people are doing their own tagging on materials, and we don't have to necessarily live with the Library of Congress subject headings, and things are becoming much more transparent and owned by the community. So I think that's very engaging and important, and it's certainly a trend that's occurred during my time in this position. What the State Library has been able to do to support that kind of development is provide training and support and expertise, particularly through the Info People program, which is a project I'm very, very proud of. I didn't begin that project, but we've supported it all during my tenure. And the Info People program gives, I think, our state the nimbleness to really address training needs as we need them, to be able to hit the hot topics like Web 2.0 right away and get people on top of where they need to be. So I think we've supported that at various levels around the state. To follow in the footsteps of Dr. Kevin Starr, who was a larger-than-life figure and had a very different kind of orientation than I do, but being able to follow him, and I think follow him successfully in a different path, is a great accomplishment for me personally. But working to support culture and history, as well as learning and information here in California, has just been a great opportunity for me to grow as a person, and a great honor to serve our state. What's next for me? Well, I am going on to a new challenge. I will be the city librarian for the Seattle Public Library, and they have a fabulous library system with lots of wonderful buildings, and I'm sure many challenges, and I'm excited that they have the confidence in me to ask me to come there.